Hello and welcome back, everybody. So it's me again, Mr. Rai. We are going to study Listening Comprehension Part C today. We have discussed Part B, Part A, and Part B previously, and now we are going to move on. Kita akan lanjutkan with Part C. Part C is the sessions where you are going to listen to talk or lecture. Jadi antara yang ngomongnya majorly yang utamanya adalah satu orang. So there will be not conversation between two or more people, but the focus will be on one person. Uh, as you can see, we have questions in your hands, everybody. So we are going to discuss question number 39 up to number 50. So we have 11 questions which we are going to discuss for these sessions. For this session, there will be another audio, where you will be listening to a lecture or talk. The duration is around 30-40 seconds. And after that, you are going to be presented with several questions, usually 4 to 5 questions. The thing is with listening sections, part C, is just like another section where you are not allowed to take notes or write on the any form of a paper, question sheet, answer sheets, and everything. So you will be listening, trying to focus to what the audio say, and therefore we are going to try to remember and try to point out some informations which is which we think is gonna be useful, which we think is gonna be questions or asked in the listening sections. There are a few points that I want to make here. One, ada beberapa tanda yang bisa kita jadikan penanda, which we can use as a signpost, which we need to pay more focus on in the listening sections. First is kalau ada pengulangan, when there is repetitions. Kalau diulang berarti is important. When the speaker repeat the points, meaning that's important. So again, it is important, so we have to remember. Second is when they say in another word, kalau diucapkan dalam bahasa yang lain atau kata yang lain. Nanti misalkan dibilang ni or in other words, which means something like that. So that means it is important. So try to focus on that. Some dates and numbers are important to remember. Jadi dates and numbers are important to remember. Penyebutan hari atau bulan atau tahun, that's also important to remember because there is chance that the information will be useful to answer the questions, and we're going to discuss more about that. However, this section is not so simple because there are a lot of information that we have to listen to, focus on, and try to remember. And therefore, we need to do more practice. One practice is not enough, of course. We need to do more than one. And after that, we need to increase our vocabulary. Having more vocabulary, of course, is gonna be useful and handy when trying to understand the questions and in answering the questions. Okay, now we're going to try to listen to this audio, and I'm going to explain to you what is the audio about. Okay.
Questions 39 through 42. Listen to a sociology professor talk to her class.
Before I
Here there is a hint, an tanda. Listen to sociology professor. Nah, berarti tema yang akan dibahas adalah sociology. So this is very important to understand the theme, the temanya. So knowing that it's gonna be about sociology, try to bring your understanding, your memory, your previous knowledge about sociology. Okay, so that's point number one. Try to remember, try to know, try to catch the theme of the audio.
start today's sociology lecture, I'd like to talk with you about the papers that you should be working on. As you know, the topic for the paper is the relationship between gun control and violence.
Second, there is a point that is gonna be about assignments. So the professor talks about the assignments that the students need to do. Nah, jadi fokusnya tentang assignments, berarti bukan pada saat itu, so assignments, tugas. Nah, tugas biasa dijelaskan oleh sang prof atau dosennya, and then all the students need to pay attention to so that they can understand. Berarti dikumpulnya terbelakangan. So that's one thing. So let's listen once again.
A serious couple. The best answer to the question, what is talk? Questions 39 through 42. Listen to a sociology professor talk to her class.
Before I start today's sociology lecture, I'd like to talk with you about the papers that you should be working on. As you know, the topic for the paper is the relationship between gun control and violence.
So the paper is about the relationship between gun control and violence. Gun control, kontrol penggunaan senjata, and violence, kekerasan. As you might know, in America, the use of gun is illegal in many states. Tapi nggak di semua states ya, not in every state. So in many states, you can use gun, you can have guns with permissions.
The paper itself is due in 2 weeks, but I would like to see your outlines by Friday of this week.
So the paper is due in 2 weeks. So students have time for 2 weeks, but the professor want to see the outline. Outline itu semacam garis besar atau poin-poin yang akan dijelaskan oleh akan dibahas oleh students. So 2 weeks for the total durations, and the next Friday is the deadline for the outline. Okay.
That I can be sure that you are on the right track with the assignment.
The professor explained the purpose, alasan why she wants the students to submit, mengumpulkan the outline, because the professor wants to be sure the students are on the track. On the track artinya benar yang dia kerjakan. Okay.
You need to do some research for this paper, so you should be spending some time in the library. I would like you to have at least 3 books and at least 3 recent journal articles as sources.
The professor wants the students to do research, melakukan penelitian. So she wants to have, tadi ada yang dijelaskan, which is reference, ada referensinya. She wants reference, entar diingat referensinya apa? Books and journals. Tadi ada dijelaskan jumlah, number, apa jumlahnya, berapa jumlah for books, berapa jumlah for journals. Nah, again, numbers are always important. Nah, hal satu lagi adalah, tadi kan dibilang ada books, ada journals. Ada dibilang jumlah berapa books, berapa journals. Try to also put in mind, diingat bahwa kadang-kadang ditanya itu bukan hanya berapa buku atau berapa journals. Kadang ditanya berapa jumlah semua reference. So 3 tambah 3 jadinya, seperti gitu. So it is also important to understand.
The paper should be 5 pages long. In addition to the 5 pages of composition, you should have a title page and a 1-page reference list of the sources that you used in preparing the paper.
Jumlah halaman isi tugas is 5 pages, 5 halaman. Tapi dosen mengatakan bahwa in addition to the 5 pages itu, ada title page, ada reference page. Berarti 1 title page, 1 reference page, 5 isi, 5 contents-nya. So totalnya adalah 7. Nah, 7 nggak langsung diucapkan oleh prof. Tetapi kita harus pahami bahwa 5 tambah 1 tambah 1 adalah 7, which is simple. But try to put that in mind bahwa jumlahnya itu nggak akan jumlah yang terlalu nampak disebutkan. Tapi kita harus harus menanggap, mengolah data dari yang dijelaskan oleh prof dalam hal ini.
Number 39.
Nah, sekarang number 39. Berarti sudah masuk ke bagian soal. Ketika sudah masuk ke bagian soal, maka audionya akan selesai. Tidak ada lagi. Kemudian ntar akan masuk beberapa soal berkaitan dengan audio yang barusan kita dengar. Nah, audio nggak diulangin. So, what we have heard previously, yang sudah kita dengar before, we try to put that in mind, we try to remember, and then kita kaitkan sama soal yang akan dibacakan. Oke, mari sama-sama kita dengarkan.
When does this talk probably take place?
When does this talk? Kapan? Probably take place. Nah, tadi dibilang sama Prof bahwa sebelum mereka mau mulai tugas. Nah, biasanya tugas itu nggak dijelaskan. Misalnya on the first day of class, in the middle of semester, at the end of the class, the final week of semester. Nah, tadi Prof mengatakan sebelum mulai kelas. Sebelum mulai kelas, saya akan menjelaskan tugas. Jadi sebelum mulai kelas, berarti kelasnya belum mulai. Kalau belum mulai, berarti masih pada pertemuan awal. Makanya besar kemungkinan akan masuk ke A. Tapi ketika kita udah melihat bahwa ada besar kemungkinan A, jangan langsung ditebak A. Mari kita lihat ke B, C, dan D supaya kita lebih yakin. In the middle of semester, pertengahan semester. Tadi nggak ada penjelasan bahwa itu pertengahan semester. Yang dijelaskan bahwa ada tugas. Nah, cuma yang perlu ingat berikutnya adalah ada kebiasaan perkuliahan di mana di awal pertemuan itu biasa dosen atau prof menjelaskan apa sih yang diharapkan dari kelas, kehadiran, tugas apa, penilaian, semacam itu. Kemudian tugas itu biasa diberikan setelah midterm atau hampir-hampir midterm. Jadi ada kebiasaan seperti itu sehingga B juga mungkin menjadi jawaban seperti itu. Yang C, at the end of the class, pada akhir kelas. Nah, ini agak melenceng jauh dari jawaban karena C itu akhir kelas, sedangkan tadi Prof mengatakan sebelum kita mulai, before begin today's class, sebelum kita mulai today's class artinya kelas hari ini, kelas itu pertemuan artinya, masuk das class, pertemuan. So nomor D, in the final week of the semester, minggu terakhir, which is sangat tidak mungkin karena tadi Prof mengatakan bahwa beliau akan memberikan waktu 2 minggu mahasiswa untuk menyelesaikan tugas. So the answer is about between A and B. Coba kalian tebak nanti. Okay, the answer is between A and B. Nah, menjawab itu ada 2 inti penting. Yang pertama adalah bagaimana kita memilah antara jawaban yang benar dan salah. Jadi ntar cari yang ini kan ada 4 itu, A, B, C, D. Di antara A, B, C, D itu mana yang 2 mungkin jawaban atau mana yang 2 yang nggak mungkin itu jawaban. Jadi ntar setelah kita memilah mana yang 2 mungkin jawaban, kita fokus sama yang 2 itu. Sedangkan yang tidak mungkin langsung kita buang, kita nggak melihat lagi. So try to limit your focus, try to limit your choice, sehingga memudahkan jawaban. Nah, kadang-kadang ada soal yang sangat jelas mana jawabannya. Jadi kita nggak harus memilih di antara 2, tapi sudah nampak memang jawabannya bahwa misalkan A, yaudah A kemungkinan besar jawabannya. Yang soal-soal seperti itu maka Anda beruntung karena Anda nggak harus mengulang memikirkan kembali. Jadi sudah ketemu jawabannya, fix, and then langsung dijawab. Oke? Okay? Nah, we go next.
Number 40. When is the paper due?
Number 40, when is the paper due? Due artinya batas waktu, deadline sama dengan due. Nah, tadi Prof ada mengatakan bahwa ada 2 waktu yang disebutkan oleh Prof. Waktu yang pertama adalah 2 weeks, waktu kedua adalah next week. Nah, jadi tadi saya sudah menjelaskan apa maksudnya. Next week itu by Friday of this week. Tadi yang ini kata yang lengkap disebutkan oleh Prof. Jadi later today itu entar pada hari ini. Jadi misalkan ini pagi, later today mungkin siang atau sore. Itu maksudnya kalau later today. Berarti batas waktunya hanya sampai hari ini. Jadi Prof tidak mengatakan seperti itu. Prof memberi batasan tadi ada yang beliau sebutkan 2 weeks, ada yang beliau sebutkan by Friday of this week. Nah, ntar Anda harus mengingat kembali mana yang jawaban yang pas di antara keduanya. Nah, in 3 weeks tidak disebutkan. Jadi Prof tidak menyebutkan 3 weeks dari the whole story dari dijelaskan oleh dosen tadi, tidak menyebutkan 3 weeks. Yang ada, saya ulangi sekali lagi, 2 weeks. Yang kedua, by Friday of this week. So, try to remember, you can repeat the audio, ntar bisa diulang kembali dan diperhatikan mana sebenarnya jawaban yang tepat. Okay, now we are moving to 41.
Number 41. What types of references should be used in writing the paper?
41, type of references, tipe references. Tadi Prof ada menyebutkan 2 jenis reference yang harus dicari di library. 2 jenis reference yang harus dicari. Jadi, diingat kembali apa reference-nya. Tadi beliau ada menyebutkan kata jurnal, magazine ada nggak? Coba diingat kembali. Kemudian ada yang lain lagi. Yang jelas, beliau mengatakan bahwa you have to do research. Harus mengadakan research. Research itu meneliti, menelaah. Jadi harus ditelaah bahannya. Mungkin karena bahannya serius, harus dimasukkan sumber-sumber yang jelas, yang faktual. Oleh karena itu harus dilakukan research. Nah, research itu standarnya adalah ada kutipan, ada referensi yang diambil untuk menguatkan fakta tulisan tersebut. Tadi ingat kembali, ada tadi 2 sumbernya. So try to remember again, you can repeat, diulangi supaya lebih ingat. Oke, saya nggak menyebutkan apa, ntar kalian bisa mengulang kembali.
Number 42. How many total pages should be in the paper, including the title page and the reference list?
Tadi jumlah halaman ada yang tersebut, ada 1 disebut 2 kali. Kemudian ada halaman yang 5, 5 pages. Nah, 3 tidak disebutkan. Jadi ntar data yang ada tadi diolah kembali, diingat-ingat. Apa maksud daripada 1 tadi yang tersebut 2 kali? Apa maksud yang 5 pages yang tersebut sekali? So, you need to understand the points. Nah, jadi saya ulangi, bagian jurnal itu harus ada bagian halaman sampul depan, tadi dikatakan oleh Ibu Prof. Kemudian ada bagian isi dan ada bagian reference. Nah, ntar disesuaikan maksud soal dengan maksud daripada audio yang sudah dijelaskan tadi. Nah, untuk video yang sesi kali ini, saya rasa cukup dulu. We are going to discuss the next audio in the next video. Okay? Don't forget, if you cannot understand, you have to repeat the audio so that you can understand. Okay? It is very, very important to be able to understand the audio 100%. If you cannot understand 100%, you need to understand around 85-ish%. So bukan kayak hanya paham setengah gitu, sisa ditebak-tebak. It's not good. Because paham setengah berarti kemungkinan benarnya adalah cuma setengah. The more you understand the audio, the more likely that you are going to make a correct answer. Okay? I think that's all for this sessions. That's all. See you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.